Good morning, folks. It is Sunday morning. It is January the 11th, 2026, and it is 8:24 in the morning. 8:24 a.m. in the morning. We're gonna have breakfast, but nothing special. I got a pound of bacon in there, and I should have cooked it for this, but I'm just going with the flow here. This is something I don't normally eat, but you know, every once in a while you can treat yourself to something that's not healthy. So, what are we eating? Well, what we're eating is this right here. Great value home style waffles, and I put them in the toaster and I toasted them up. So there's the waffles. Now you know if you have waffles, you gotta have butter. Okay? So let's have some butter. Just a little bit. And I didn't, you know, I'm going to cook that bacon in there, I don't know when, maybe later today. I just don't feel like doing it right this second. I'm kind of going a little bit slow. I'm just giving myself a little bit of a slow break, and I got to be careful, obviously, with the sugar. Sugar never does anything good for your brain. That right there is 8 o'clock coffee, which this is the best coffee there is for me. Javelia. First time I ever had, I don't know if it's Gavelia or Javelia, but first time I ever had this coffee was about 30 years ago in the State Department building. There was a lady employee who was making it in her office. It smelled so good. I said, wow, that smells good. She said, you want a cup? I said, yeah. It's some of the best coffee I had ever tasted. And she got it mail order. She got it through the mail. She couldn't buy it in the store at the time. But I got the 8 o'clock because the 8 o'clock has a little bit more stronger profile. And right now that's going to do me good with the sweetness of the with the sweetness of the waffles. Now I got to measure this because lately I've been putting way too much in that. When I go like that, it goes zoop. I want it with way too much creamer in there. All right. So what are we putting on there for sweets? Because, you know, you got to have sweets, right? Well, all of the syrups a lot of the syrups I saw had high fructose corn syrup. I'm just not going to do that. But Great Value sells maple syrup. And it has one ingredient. I love it on the back. It says, with the ingredient list on the back, maple syrup. I like that, you know. So, that's what we're going to have. This stuff is real maple syrup is an exceedingly valuable commodity, so you don't really want to waste it. So let's see what I can do about getting enough on here to do the trick. This is going to be good. I haven't had this in a long time. Now there's a gourmet waffle shop down in Richmond that sold me a waffle. God darn it. There you go. Alright. It sold me a waffle down in Richmond for $10. It was about that big, but it was delicious. I'll give them that. They made that waffle there. This is obviously pre-made, frozen, and it's not going to taste near as good as that waffle did. But we're going to see. Ooh, it's already dried out some. Better leave this open. Now this fits the definition of a waffle, but I think you got Eggos or something that was a brand name that had a specific egg taste to it or something, it would taste better. Because this is tasting pretty bland. The syrup has a good taste to it. I want some more butter on that. But it's kind of a weak maple syrup, you know. I think if they added water to it, they'd have to tell you. But it's not bad. I mean, you know, it's kind of hitting the spot. Good Lord smiling in on us. Thank you, sir. That extra butter helped. This is okay if you haven't had waffles in a long time and you just want to have some waffles. This is okay. Now I'm kind of getting a flavorlessness from this, you know? Like, I'm getting the sensation of the crunch, but I'm not getting any genuine, like, waffle flavor from the waffle, which I don't know how realistic that is from the standpoint of, it was, 5 minutes ago it was frozen, solid. And I put it in my toaster, and the toaster did a pretty good job of toasting it up. You know what? Let's do a little something here. Let's make a mistake. I'm going to put this in the microwave for about maybe 15 seconds. So all that butter I put on top of it melted down into the top waffle. It's a little bit less hard to cut. It has a lot more flavor. Just that little warming in the microwave, that's kind of strange. It's acting more like a waffle that was just made instead of just came out the toaster. Has a little bit of warmth, a little bit of softness to it. So there's the key. You toast it, put your butter on it, put your syrup on it, put it in the microwave for 10-20 seconds. Then you wind up with a waffle that's worth eating. What a difference. Just 15 seconds worth of heat in the microwave. Now obviously you should toast it first, but that extra, putting everything on it, putting it in the microwave for 15 seconds really knocked it up. Now, you don't want to do that if you're putting whipped cream on it or putting strawberries on it, you know. You put them on after you bring it back out. Now I was brought up on Miss Butterworth syrup, which is now something Mills syrup because they had to change everything about 10 years ago. I think it's Pearl Mills syrup or something. But that syrup has a lot of stuff in it, you know. After I warmed it up in the microwave, that went from about a 3 to about a 5. And that's all that it's meant to be. It's not meant to be gourmet waffle, you know. It's meant to be, I want a waffle that I can afford, that I want quick. But if you toast it, put your syrup and your butter on it, and slather to them. I hope you like butter. Whatever you like on that, you know. And something, if it's something that's meltable, put it in the microwave for about 20 seconds. If it's 2 stacks of waffles, you know, 4 waffles, that's what this started as. I'd put my butter and my syrup on it, put the syrup on heavy, put it in the microwave for another 25 seconds, 30 seconds. Everything gets hot, the butter melts into the waffle. It's a different experience entirely. That microwaving made it a different experience entirely. Obviously, as a channel aimed at health, this is not healthy. You don't want to eat this every day. But as a treat, I look at this as not going and getting a donut, you know. I don't know the numbers. I would assume there's less sugar in this than there is in a donut, but then again, that waffle's probably made with a whole bunch of sugar in it. I haven't looked at it. I hope it doesn't have high fructose corn syrup in it, but it probably does. You know what? Let's take a look at that. What does Walmart put in their waffles? Here we go. And it is an ingredients list 18 freaking miles long. That's okay. Let me go get some glasses. I don't have no glasses at the table. Ugh. All right. As I said before, the ingredients in this maple syrup is maple syrup, which I just love that. It cracks me up. All right, so here we go. I'm going to run down the list. Ingredients: enriched wheat flour, niacin, reduced iron, thiamine, mononitrate, riboflavin, folic acid. Now, that's just wheat that's been beat to death, and they had to add chemicals back into it to make it fruity again. Water, whey, vegetable oil, canola oil, and or soybean oil. That's great because that shit is bad for your health. Contains less than 2% of leavening, sodium acid pyrophosphate, sodium bicarbonate, eggs, soy lecithin, sugar, yay! Calcium carbonate, salt, vitamin and mineral premix, reduced iron, niacinamide, vitamin A palmitate, riboflavin, vitamin B2, pyridoxine hydrochloride. I always love my pyridoxine hydrochloride in the morning. Thiamine mononitrate, vitamin B1, vitamin B12. Contains milk, eggs, wheat, and soy. In the grand scheme of things, for a frozen cheap product, they didn't do too bad on this. A lot of those chemical names are vitamins that are added into it, believe it or not. But who knows? Anyway, it's not the worst thing in the world, but it's not something I'm going to be eating every day. But I just had to burr up my ass to get some waffles and to eat them. And, you know, in the grand scheme of things, that wasn't the worst thing in the world to get. And we want to thank the people at Walmart for not putting high fructose corn syrup in this yet. And that was awesome. This was way better after I microwaved it just that little 15 seconds. Way better. So I would definitely toast the waffles, put my butter and my syrup on it, and then put it in the microwave for 15 to 30 seconds. And get that butter to melt down into the waffle. Man, what a difference. It's just an entirely different flavor profile. It went from being a piece of cardboard to being a waffle. So, I hope you enjoyed this. You know, God's always with you. God's with me right now. We want to thank Him for shining through the window at us, and we hope He's having a wonderful day in heaven today. We hope He had a wonderful day in heaven yesterday, and we hope that He has a wonderful day in heaven tomorrow. We hope your loved ones are doing well, and that we pray that God always watches over them and over you too. And if you need His help, all you got to do is say to God, as you put your hand on your shoulder, say, Lord, I need some help. I need some help, Lord. I need some guidance. I need your presence in my life. And He'll help you. Might not come in the way you think, but He'll help you, okay? You folks have a wonderful Sunday. God bless you. And we'll see you on the next video. These were okay. Especially after they got microwaved. They were far better. So anyway, you make your call. And I like this too. This, unfortunately... The old poison syrup I used to use was better tasting because it was filled with poison. But this was really good too. Y'all have a good one. God bless you. See you in the next video. Have a great Sunday, folks. Peace.